Hi, you guys. I am back for another rendition of me just sitting here talking to all of you beautiful people. My name is Joshua Gilliard. I am the creator, founder, and queen of the Ratchet. It is Tuesday. And I just woke up from a nap. I got up early. I've been getting up early and going for a run. I was supposed to meditate, but usually I start my day off with like running and then meditation, and then just I get right to work with what content am I putting out for these guys today. Today is no different. I just was having a conversation with myself about just my thought process, because sometimes we can we can trick ourselves into worrying about BS that we don't really need to be worrying about. And sometimes you just got to reprogram your brain and just know that you're going to be okay. Um and you got to jump. And lately I've been wanting to jump more. I've been really like, whatever happens, girl. I'm jumping. I do not want to work a 9 to 5 anymore. Let's take this creating content thing fully seriously. You have the fan base. Go full steam ahead. Make this your thing. You got this. And I guess that's something I want to say to all of you. It may feel like you don't know how you're going to get through it. You might be like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to get through this pandemic. I don't know how I'm going to talk to that person. I don't know how I'm going to break up with that man in my life that I don't need to be, or woman in my life that I don't need to be with. And sometimes you have to look in the mirror and remind yourself, you got this. You always have. And it might seem like you don't see the end goal. And that's okay. Girl, I don't see the end goal. I don't see the end goal in this pandemic. I don't see the end goal with a lot of stuff. But sometimes when I jump, like, cause I have a therapist and I have a life coach. And that's something where I recommend whatever your therapy is. It doesn't have to necessarily be go getting a therapist like I did, but I recommend that. I recommend the whole getting a life coach thing. But sometimes you just got to jump. You got to jump and you got to know that everything is going to be okay. And if it doesn't work out in your favor, you get your butt back up and you try again, honey. Because you know what? You got this. You got this. That's something I have to remind myself of. And mental health, I was reading somebody's comment about mental health. And one thing I want to say is that mental health is so important. A lot of us, especially black people, we worry about our physical health, or we worry about how other people are, if other people are good, or we worry about just paying our bills. And we don't take time out to deal with our trauma and our things that we need to deal with when it concerns our mental health. I can say, like, before this pandemic happened, I was pretty miserable mentally. And even in last year too. And though the voices and the negative things are still there, I feel like I'm grasping more onto who Joshua is at this present moment and who Joshua wants to be in the future. Um, and I want to recommend everybody just taking the time to take care of their mental health. Look in the mirror and give yourself some affirmations. I have like 25 affirmations sometimes I say in the mirror. I'm talented, I'm beautiful, and I will sit in that mirror and say those things until I believe them. What I've been struggling with lately, because, not everything's golden, and it's definitely not golden, not even in this moment. What I've been struggling with lately is my struggle sometimes to deal with this pandemic through sex and using a hookup to connect, a mindless hookup to connect to a person, or just to escape what's going on. You know, some people use alcohol, some people use drugs, some people use hookups. And I have to question it sometimes. I have to ask myself, hey, what is really going on? Because you still feel like crap. Even sometimes you feel worse after you do a hookup. And it's just about checking in with yourself, being your own best friend, dating yourself, making sure self is good. You good, girl? Well, what do we do? What do we need to do to make you good? Huh? What do we need to add onto the schedule to make you good? I was going through a really hard time for about 2 years with one of my family members, my sister. And through therapy and through coaching, I made the effort, and it just took me some time, but I made the effort to reach out to her, apologize for how I affected our relationship, and tell her I love her. With all these people dying and everything happening, I really wanted to make a conscious effort to just tell people I love them, because at the end of the day, life is too short. And you can wake up tomorrow and the loved ones that you didn't reach out to or you're so quote unquote mad at are gone. Because sometimes we get so stuck in our own stuff and how it's affecting us that we forget that we have to sometimes check in with ourselves, check in with others, and just be there for each other. Yo, we get ratchet on here, right? We do. And that's what y'all tune in for, the ratchicity, the ratchetness. But one thing that I'm heavy on outside of like the comedy that I put out is kindness. Kindness and love go a really long way. We could be petty, we can, throw a little cute shade and like joke around and all that kind of stuff, but kindness and love and checking in and kindness to yourself, guys, because I can tell you this, I've been very hard. Even now, as I'm having this conversation and I woke up from my nap, I was like really hard on myself for a second. And end this conversation with you, I'm telling y'all, like, Joshua, stop being hard on yourself. And I'm telling y'all to stop being hard on y'all-selves. Love yourself. And this is something I want you to say, and I'm going to say it for myself, and then I'll let you say it. Joshua Gilliard, which is my name. Joshua Gilliard, there is nothing wrong with you. The ball is always in your court. Keep shooting your shot for as long as you can. That's something that you can say to yourself too. With that being said, I hope that you are subscribed and following everything that is Queen of the Ratchet and Joshua Gilliard. Till next time, love y'all. Mwah.